Let's talk about cravings and a very simple 5 step approach that can be quite dramatic in our understanding of cravings and emotions, and that you don't have to be victim of these feelings that sometimes we feel like we just can't stop. When I work with patients, many times like I can't stop the cravings. I resist them and they overwhelm me. It's almost like it's a hot potato. It's so hot you can't hold it or you can't control it. So that's what I want to speak to you about today. I have a 5 step, very simple approach that could be quite um, freedom invoking for you. And so, welcome to the channel. If you're new, by the way, my name is Dr. Lori Marbus. I'm a board certified family and lifestyle medicine physician who's licensed in all 50 states to see patients across the United States and DC. I love to work with people who are struggling with chronic disease, weight loss struggles, and just looking for a different approach outside of the typical American sick care system. They still utilize medications, of course, if needed, but we approach it in a holistic manner. So let's dive in today into the 5 step simple approach to overcoming cravings. Let me grab my notes here. All right. So, first of all, cravings. Oh my goodness, right? They often hit when you're stressed, you're bored, maybe even celebrating, whispering, just one more bite won't hurt. But cravings are rarely about food. They're usually tied to emotions. But the good news is you really don't need to have superhuman willpower to overcome them. Instead, you can use a powerful method to release resistance and regain control. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Step one is understanding the craving. Okay, so every craving has an emotional root. You might be reaching for chips because you're stressed or craving ice cream when you're actually feeling lonely. The food is just a stand in for the comfort, joy, or calm you're actually truly seeking. Here's an example. So imagine you've had a tough day and your brain shouts, chocolate. Mine would be chocolate mint cookies from the Girl Scouts. But what you really need isn't chocolate, it's stress relief, right? It's relief from the stress. Step two is flip the script, right? So ask yourself this very simple question: what's the opposite that I'm feeling? So cravings are fueled by negative emotions, right? We describe stress, guilt, boredom, or loneliness. So identifying the one opposite positive emotion gives your brain a new, healthier target. Okay, so examples could be: the opposite of stress is calm. The opposite of loneliness is connection. The opposite of boredom is excitement. So the opposite of guilt is forgiveness. So when you pinpoint the positive emotion, you unlock the ability to shift your focus and take control. You see, so we're going to shift from the negative emotion that's pushing the craving to get in front of you to the opposite. The very simple shift. It's just a question of what is the opposite I'm feeling right now. Step three is feel the opposite emotion. So this is where this shift happens. Imagine how you would feel if you were calm, sitting on a beach, listening to the oceans, sitting on a mountaintop, meditating, joyful, being with family, riding an exhilarating roller coaster, whatever that is for you, or feeling connected, you know, hanging out with the loved ones over dinner, walking with your spouse on the beach, holding hands. Let yourself experience that positive emotion. Feel it, imagine it, and close your eyes and recall that moment in your life when you feel it deeply. Okay, so another example would be if you want to feel calm, think of maybe a peaceful walk in nature or a quiet moment with someone you love. Let that memory fill your mind and your body. Try to visualize the sensation that you had at that time. And even if it feels faint at first, I promise it will grow. Step four is release the resistance to the positive emotion. So sometimes when you're trying to shift to that positive emotion, it feels really difficult. But that's because we often resist letting go of the negative emotion that started this whole thing to begin with. So maybe you think, I don't deserve to feel good, or this won't work. That's okay. You acknowledge those thoughts and you let them flow, right? You don't fight them. You just like, I hear you. You can go now, right? This is as simple as that. So to release resistance, take a deep breath and exhale tension. You can almost feel like you can take a deep breath and you're exhaling whatever that resistance is, whatever it is that you're seeing, that negative nanny, mm, crazy roommate saying in your head. Say to yourself, I'm open to feeling calm, joyful, or connected, whatever is that positive emotion that you've identified. Then visualize those negative thoughts passing like clouds in the sky. Acknowledge them, but don't hold on to them. It's just like how you can watch a sunset and the sun begins to, go beyond the horizon. You can no longer see it. That is exactly what you're doing with these negative emotions. You're just going to allow them to pass and just watch them float by. It's like the river. You're stepping out of the river and watching the river go on by. You can just imagine it being a leaf on the river. Maybe it's the boredom, or I can't do it, or I won't feelings, and you just watch that leaf just float on by. Take those words with them. You can put those thoughts, that statement, write it on the leaf, set it on the river, and let it go. Put it on a balloon, let the balloon cast off into the sky. Whatever visualization works for you, that was fine. It's perfect. However that manifests for you, that is absolutely perfect. So allowing yourself to feel good is one of the most powerful tools you have. And guess what? You have the right to feel good because you are amazing. You are a true amazing creature and being in this earth, living this life. So allow yourself to feel these positive emotions. You absolutely deserve it. Step 5 is replace the craving with a positive action. So once you've kind of shifted, you began to shift to that positive emotional state, the craving really does loosen its grip. And at this point, the action that aligns with your new feelings. So let's say that the craving stemmed from stress. Maybe you try a 5-minute walk, maybe step up and stretch, or maybe you just take a few deep breaths, right? Maybe you deep breath and a really long exhale. If boredom triggered it, maybe you pick up a hobby. Like I like to draw. Maybe you want to sketch something or do a quick workout. Maybe you do a couple of squats, or maybe you call a friend. If loneliness was a culprit, connect with someone who makes you feel loved and valued. Call someone up, text them, do something in that realm of that positive emotion. And then these actions will reinforce the positive emotion and create those healthier habits over time. And so why does this work? So remember, cravings aren't about the food itself. They're the body's way of asking for emotional relief because we created this habit of eating, high dopamine triggering foods like ultra processed foods, sugary foods, salty, high fat processed foods, instead of actually paying attention to what our emotional needs are. What is those emotions telling us? So when you identify the true need and give yourself that positive emotion you're seeking, the craving diminishes naturally. So this approach isn't about suppressing cravings or forcing yourself to resist. Instead, it's about letting go of the emotional pull and choosing freedom. So the more you practice, I know it seems crazy, but it really does work. The easier it becomes to shift from craving to calm, say from guilt to growth, from loneliness to connection. And then over time, you find yourself in control of choices and not the other way around. So, quick recap: 5 steps. Identify the negative emotion behind the craving. 2, name the opposite positive emotion you want to feel. 3, visualize and deeply feel that positive emotion. 4, release any resistance to experiencing the positive emotion. And then 5, take a positive action that aligns with how you want to feel. And then by following those steps, you can absolutely transform your relationship with the cravings and yourself. And this isn't, again, about willpower. It's all about finding freedom, one emotion at a time. You absolutely have the power within you to make the change. Just let the process guide you to a healthier, more empowered life by making a different choice, deciding, I understand this is an emotion, but I can choose a different emotion. And this also brings about the powerful nature of mindfulness. You're becoming mindful and making a choice, right? You're not just following a mindless choice, you're making a mindful choice. So this is how we can really combat the cravings. I hate the word combat because it feels like you're resisting it. Transform, transmute. I use alchemy in a sense to move from a negative to a positive emotion. And it can absolutely work. So those are the type of things we like to talk about and feel in community. If you're really struggling, you're looking for more help, especially on your plant-based journey, maybe you're struggling with some negative emotions about that journey because maybe you're having some social implications from this and struggling, I have two great resources for you. Down below in the links, there's the Healing Kitchen, which I run with Brittany Giroudi. It's a loving community, and we meet every single week live. She brings two delicious recipes to the table, and I answer medical questions. We also have a live community. It's outside of Facebook. It's not like a Facebook group or anything. It's a private community where you can step into a place where everybody is appreciative and is so grateful for you to be there. And it's just fantastic. We also do live workshops. All of them are recorded. You can watch them later if you can't make them. You have access to all the recipe vault and all the past recordings, all the workshops that I've done, ebooks on osteoporosis, menopause. We're doing one on habits next month. We've done longevity, all these different things that people, cholesterol, people that are struggling, trying to answer those questions. So definitely check it out. The link is below. We'd love to have you as part of the community. And second is our book is coming out. Yay! The Plant-Based 101. It's the ultimate guide to mastering the plant-based diet. Brittany and I had decided yesterday we basically have 22 years of plant-based eating in our experience together, and we distilled it into as compact as we can, 135 page. You can get on Kindle ebook, and then you can also buy the print book, which the link will come available on January 1st. Yeah, it's everything that I've learned as a physician and she's learned as a chef. It's incredible. Also in the Healing Kitchen, we just launched our Plant-Based 101 course too, by the way. We have an entire course based on this book. And so definitely check that out. We try to make it as cheap as possible. It's very image rich in the print edition, so that's a bit more expensive. So we apologize for that. We're going to try to make additional books that we have planned coming out later this year, a little less image heavy, except for like her recipes, but we just had fun with that. So, but the Kindle edition is very affordable. So hope you guys will check it out. If not, please share this with someone you think might be helpful. If that would be great. If you're new to the channel, please again, subscribe, like, comment, tell me how you deal with cravings, or if you found something else that works even better, please share with the community here. And as always, I'm so grateful for you being here. I'm just so grateful. Thank you for being here. I'm sending joy, love, and healing your way. And as always, I pray for you that you find whatever you need in this channel or elsewhere. I hope at least points you in the right direction. So thanks everyone for being here, and we will see you next time.